We may have just gotten a leak for a Modern Warfare 4 multiplayer map, and the leak actually goes into full detail on what actually is going to be inside the map. What's going on, guys? It is JSnake here, and today, guys, I am bringing you another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a leak that came out. Guys, there's also a few leaks, so be prepared to see more videos, but we're going to be talking about the multiplayer map that may have just been leaked for Modern Warfare 4. But guys, before we actually get in the video, make sure to subscribe to this channel with those post notifications turned on so you can be notified every single time I do upload a new video. Also, guys, make sure you do join my Discord. That link is in the description. You can get announcements about, new videos when new videos are typically expected to come out, just to have talk with me and just kind of get to know other people who are kind of passionate about the same thing as you and I are. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty as a whole. Just, you'll get to know them, get to talk to them. There's some pretty cool people in there, and I do hope you guys join. Like I said, that link will be in the description. Anyways, guys, with that being said, let's get into this video. So, lo and behold, we have got another Reddit leak for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. As a matter of fact, we have two. The other one I will be talking about in tomorrow's video. But for this one, guys, we do have a multiplayer map. A multiplayer map, fully detailed, that may have just been leaked. Now, before I even tell you about the actual multiplayer map itself, I just want to say there is no confirmation that this leak is true. Like I said, guys, there is no confirmation that this leak is true. Take this with a grain of salt. Like always, we don't know who this is coming from. We don't know who's backing this up. And I, quite frankly, have absolutely no idea if this is true or not. Take it as you please. If you think it's real, okay. If you don't, then, that's also fine as well. But the fact of the matter is, we have got a leak right here. Whether it is a real leak or a fake leak, it is a leak. And surprising to a lot of people is that there are actually a lot of leaks, and a lot of them are legitimate too, and a lot of these leaks actually line up with each other. This is why I actually don't necessarily completely disregard these leaks, because sometimes you kind of think like, oh, it's just some random guy talking about something. But with all the leaks we've been getting, they've all coincided with each other. They've all kind of been concurrent. They all make sense. They all fit the same persona that Modern Warfare 4 has kind of been set out to be. And that's why I'm really kind of interested in this leak. Like I said, I don't know if it's true. This could be a fake leak. This could be a different game. This could be real. We don't know. So just make sure you take this with a grain of salt, because I know there are people that will get mad if this is not true, or there's people that are going to say this is fake, or they're going to call me out or something if it's not real. But guys, I'm putting the disclaimer in. Take this with a grain of salt. Anyways, guys, we do have the post right here. I'm going to show a screenshot of it right now, and I'm going to read through it. Anyways, it was posted by a guy named Ultra Slug, and he said COD 2019 first MP map detailed. And he goes on to say he did a walkthrough on an early version of a map from Call of Duty 2019. The map at the time did not have a name, but it took place on a shady, literally like shady from the sun, suburban street in somewhere in Alabama. The Alabama state flag was on one of the houses, so that's how he kind of found that out. Anyways, he then goes on to say the map was laid out in a T-shape, or like a triangular domination flag formation, and the way the map was laid out was that there was a street with a spawn point on both sides. In the street there were cars, a bus, and other debris, kind of like that Call of Duty World War II map. It's actually making me kind of think about. If you guys do remember that map with the bus and everything, and the kind of like neighborhood street. But then he says that halfway in between the two spawn points, a second street branches off perpendicular to the main street and leads up a hill. The second street ends in a cul-de-sac at the top of the hill. This is where the B domination flag is in the domination game mode. There are several paths through the map, starting from A dom. In the southern part of the map, you can run through a brook that is flowing down the hill on the left to get up to B dom. So from what I'm gathering right here, it seems to be like he's been either playing through domination, or the demo that he did go through was on the game mode of domination. And it kind of seems like this map was designed for domination. So do we have some mode specific maps coming? I do not know. That depends. That's something that's kind of been talked about in the past, mode specific maps, but it's never necessarily become a reality. But with this, what this guy is saying, if this is true, this could be a mode specific map for domination, because from what he is actually saying, it sounds like it's built purely for domination. He says also that you can cut through some backyards on the right side and attack C-Dom, so we do have some flanking points. And you can also go right up the middle and use the street to access B and C, using vehicles for cover. From C-Dom on the north side of the map, you can run to the left and go through the backyards to flank and get to A-Dom. You can also go right and go through a forest on a path leading uphill to B-Dom. And again, you can always use the center lane to access A-Dom or get halfway up the street and use the second street to access B-Dom. Overall, the map is interesting and breaks from the standard 3-lane design. There are also several interiors you can access within the surrounding houses. You can use the houses' interiors to cut between the middle, the street area, and the outsides, the wooded area of the map. And the map is about 3 times the size of Nuketown. So the map's a little bit on the big side, maybe I would say. 3 times the size of Nuketown, yeah, I know Nuketown's a very small map and everything, but that's kind of big, 3 times the size of Nuketown. I'm not saying that's, unrealistic, and we've seen maps bigger than, way bigger than Nuketown, more than 3 times. So, but what I'm getting from here is that this is a bigger map, and it's kind of going to be a close quarters urban combat kind of thing. And this makes sense because this is in Alabama, and obviously what we know so far about the game is that it's kind of focused around the kind of east/southern coast of the United States during the Russian invasion. I'm sure, obviously if the Russians are going to invade from the East Coast, they're not just going to invade, the northeast coast. They're going to go down to Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, that area. So it kind of makes sense that we have a map in Alabama. It kind of fits the kind of, setting of Modern Warfare 4. And he also kind of made it sound like it's a modern kind of setting, which also makes sense because Modern Warfare 4 is supposed to obviously be a Modern Warfare game, so it's not like it's supposed to be a futuristic or a past Call of Duty game. And quite frankly, I'm not sure. This could obviously be a map. I think it's cool. I like the whole hill thing where you can kind of go up the hill. I do like that. I always like flanking points. It's one of my favorite things about Call of Duty games are flanking points. Whenever there's a cool flanking point, like if, for example, Gauntlet had some pretty cool flanking points from Black Ops 3, but whenever there's a cool flanking point in the map, I always think that adds so much more to the map and just kind of changes it up. And I do like that if this is true, they're kind of not necessarily only doing the 3-lane traditional style that they've always been doing. Like you said, it's a T-shape, which is interesting to say the very least. I'm kind of curious because essentially you're going to have 2 people spawning on the, I guess you can call them the edges of the T, and then they're going to run up the middle, but then they're going to have to run down the T, if you guys understand what I'm saying, to get to B-Dom, or the B flag, and that'll be interesting. I feel like that could add some really cool gameplay. Obviously there's flanking points, but for the most part, most people are going to just be running right down the T, so I feel like it's going to be one of those maps where it supports a key kind of camping. I don't know if this is going to be a camp-friendly map, but from what I see, it kind of seems like that. But overall, I think it could be a fun time. Anyways, guys, that's really about it for this leak. I'm going to have it linked down below if you do want to take a look at it. But I hope you'll have a good day, and peace.